everyone and welcome back. So what's in store for the next 20 minutes or so? I've got a new dupe for the wonderful Hourglass Ambient Foundation that I was using last year and loving. So I'll get to that in a moment. But first I'm going to talk about skincare, and I want to talk about probiotic skincare. I don't think I've touched on that for a while. I'm going to talk about one of my favourite brands, Aurelia. It's a British brand which I love, and I think it's been going for over like 10 years now. Have any of you ever come across this brand? As you know, if you did watch my supplement film back in November, I love taking pre and probiotics internally, but using probiotic skincare is so beneficial for any of you that have a kind of a reactive skin, an inflamed skin, and for whatever reason. Maybe you've used too many actives, maybe you suffer from eczema, maybe you just find that your skin is just a bit moody and grumpy and you just can't find that right balance. Using probiotic skincare really helps to reduce inflammation and hydration. Now, what makes Aurelia unique is that they have this wonderful probiotic extract called Protida, which runs through all of their products. By the way, I must add at this point that they have offered all of you guys 25% off site-wide. So the links are all down below, you'll know where to find it. It's an award-winning brand. People love their cleansers, their beautiful oils, and in fact, Zoe, who came here, Frexpert, I call her, she used it about 8 years ago. It was a couple of years, we'd sort of seen it, but we weren't really sure what probiotic skincare was. Now I think after COVID and understanding the importance of the microbiome of our skin and taking care of that to kind of maintain a really healthy skin, that definitely came to the forefront. But 8 years ago it was something that was a bit like, oh, that's new and exciting, does it really work? And for Zoe, she had a lot of redness around her nose, like she had like a constant cold, and a little bit on her chin, and she thought it was digestive, and it may have been, definitely could have been connected to that. But after using the Aurelia products, and she liked to use the glow serum and the moisturiser, it made a huge difference. It took about sort of 4 to 6 weeks. Anyway, to cut to the chase, the skincare that I'm going to use before my makeup, I'm going to do a sort of like slight reddy eye makeup. There's a bit of a trend for red eye makeup and how to wear it. I know, but it does work. I've chosen a product from Violette. Do you follow Violette? I'm sure many of you do, because she's a really beautiful French makeup artist based in New York. She has her own brand now, and she's just super uber cool. I mean, I've tried to copy some of her looks and it just doesn't cut it, because I'm just not like her. We're all our own people, right? Can't be someone else, but yes, she's really cool. Anyway, so I've chosen 3 products that I want to apply and to show you. But if you haven't tried anything, the cleanser is really nice. It's won loads of awards. Anyway, let's get to it. Okay, so there are 2 products I'm going to talk about. So let's go first with a probiotic concentrate. So this is the product that I took with me when I went away just recently. I'll show you the texture. It's kind of like a little bit more creamy. It's not too liquidy, as you can see. But what I love about this is that it's so hydrating. For me, with super dry skin, it's all about hydration. I kind of like pack it around my nose. I thought probiotic skincare is a really good topic to talk about because at this time of year, our skin can be just a little bit more sensitive and grumpy. And this is a lovely way to calm it down. So it's really, really beautiful. Both of these serums are beautiful under makeup. This feels super hydrating and sort of quenching my skin. It's quite cooling as I put it on. The other serum that I love is a kind of double whammy of hydration and calming effect on the skin. And it's the CBD Super Serum plus the probiotics. And it's got the crystal isolate, the CBD crystal isolate in, which again helps to calm the skin. This one is slightly runnier, just very, very slightly, and put it on my skin, and it's lighter, so the texture is still the same. Just take that, texture is still the same. It's not as hydrating, so if you've got a normal sort of combination skin, then you'll probably enjoy this texture more. But I think if you're really kind of like struggling, to kind of get that balance. It's quite nice to have the CBD as well as the probiotics. So you've kind of attacking your skin from both ways, which is lovely. So I let those absorb in, and then I'll go in with the Cell Revitalize Day Moisturiser. You can see how much I'm sort of coming to the end of this. This is just very much creamy texture. Now it comes as a night cream as well, which is slightly thicker in consistency and more hydrating. There we go, the sun's in and out today. And under makeup, I prefer these two products because it just leaves my skin feeling super quenched, but it's also lightweight. It doesn't feel oily or heavy or mask-like. It's just really beautiful. So I thought I'd start there. Please make use of the discount, of course. I think it goes and runs until the 11th of February, and it's Caroline 25. Okay, so dun, 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 dun. This is the Ambient. This is a medium to full coverage foundation, which I've really loved because it was really evened out my skin. So I'm going to put a little bit on one side, and then I'll go in with my great dupe, which I was like, ooh, this could really work. Right, so let's go in. Going to do it with my finger. I would say that this shade is probably slightly lighter than the other one, which is annoying. So I'm probably going to be an F8 for a perfect match. You see that's just slightly warmer. It goes on so well, and it goes on and it dries, not in a bad way. It kind of sits on the skin, so but you haven't got much play time. So take your stubby brush, make sure I don't get it in the other one, and then really rub that in. But what I've loved about this, I actually put a little bit of fake tan on. Tried the new Votary Fake Tan, hence why it's warmer. It's slightly lighter than it was when I tried it yesterday, as in terms of a colour match. I mean, literally, Recchiera, right? Anyway, it works for this. Most importantly, if you get the colour right, the texture is the same. Look at that. Really, really, really nice. Revolution is so good at basically ripping off other expensive brands. But good, why not, you know? So that's brand new. I saw it, I walked past it in the shop, in Real Life Filter. So this shade was an F6. This is my natural skin colour, which matches with the 6.5 normally. But I would go F8 to get a proper match between that, because this is very slightly lighter, you see from my neck. But if I hadn't put a little bit of fake tan on, I would have matched perfectly. Right, so let's talk about this red eye trend. So yeah, so actually I bought this product, and it's the Violette product, Violette FR it's called, and it's called Ye, as in French for eye, Ye paint. Okay, it's more of a rose than it is a red, I'll give you that. Just to make it a little bit more wearable, but it looks so beautiful on her, but I really, really love it. And I was going to do it as a Christmas look, but I've kind of ended up using it sort of every day too, and on a couple of shoots at work. So I'm always really curious about these paints, because I like a paint that goes on, but it doesn't, as I mentioned, I think it was like last week, I like it to go on, but then I don't like it to move too much, or to pinch my skin as it dries, and then just sort of look a bit crusty. This doesn't at all. So I'm going to do a little bit less than I did with the Kiko last week. I'm going to keep it right on the lid, because what happens with this product is that it dries very, very quickly, and then you don't really have any blending time. So pack it on, whatever shade you choose to go for. I really love this. Pack it on right close to the lashes, as is always important, because that's when you get the colour when you look at someone. And then with this very firm brush, then push that up to get a nice softness to make it flattering. And it's really lovely on my eye colour, but I think really kind of brings out the green. And it's just one of those unexpected colours that you put on your eye that people kind of look at you and think, ooh, that's rather kind of fresh and sort of unexpected. So I think that's why it's becoming like quite a nice trend. I think we've got so many options now, haven't we, of colours to wear. You know, we were so limited with sort of like browns and greys and taupes. With so many makeup artists kind of bringing out their own brands, it's just very lovely to have a little bit more playful colour. How's that looking? And also what's nice and what's really important actually when you're using a product that's kind of very vibrant, especially kind of from the pinky red family. Reddy pink, this is, yeah, pinky red, is that you have a nice base. And that's why I wanted to do that when I've got my skin looking perfected. Whereas if I did this with a very kind of natural serumy base, what would happen is it would just pick up on the red undertones in my skin and just make my skin look really blotchy. So let's go to the other side. Again, packing it in all on the lash line. Don't be scared of that, and don't be scared about putting lots on. You can always take it off if you need to. You know, and I don't have the smoothest, most youthful eyes, but it still is very flattering and stays put. So again, a nice firm brush. If you were to blend it with a soft fluffy brush, I don't think you'd get a nice smooth blend. It would end up just pulling a little bit of the product. It wouldn't actually do all of it. So you'd end up with a streaky finish, which you may have tried, and maybe it's put you off using a cream. But I'm just going to use this at the top. This is a double-ended brush from Rose Inc, and I'm actually going to try her new mascara as well. And then just blend that off. Oh, doesn't it just look great? I was going to match that with the Charlotte Tilbury Berry mascara, but I'm actually going to listen to my own advice. What I said was last week is that when you're doing strong colours on the eyes, make sure your lashes are the most dominant, because that keeps the beauty in the makeup, especially if you're doing a trend look like this. So this is the Rose Inc mascara. It's called Ultra Black Lash Lift Serum Mascara. I'm reading it off my computer because it's new to me and I haven't tried it. But when it came through, I absolutely love the fact of the brush. And it's got that channel where there are no bristles, which allows me, let's hope, which allows me to get lots of the mascara right to the base of the lash. Yep. And if you get that, that creates the lift. You know, the brush in itself delivers the mascara to the root of the lashes and turned it round, and then, oh, very nice. Yeah, very nice. Oh, and can you see that's created a really nice sort of line of definition around my lashes. Very nice mascara. It contains peptides for strengthening and lengthening, argan oil, and goji berries oil extract to prevent damage. So great if you're having maybe lash extensions or have had and they're feeling a little brittle. Yes, that's nice. Again, quick and easy. Nice bit of definition. You can see how instantly that just adds the strength to the eye, but it's not overtaking it. Now, I'm not going to do this on the lower lashes. I'm just going to keep it on the top because, again, it's sort of like a trend-led makeup. You can kind of wear it with something complementary in what you're wearing. You can kind of create your wardrobe to be quite neutral and then have this as the kind of like punch of your look, or kind of wear similar colours like I've done by tying it together. But again, it's lovely. Like the Kiko one, the finish is sort of slightly metallic. Love that. Great. Okay, good. So to finish off this look, I'm not going to put anything else on my skin in terms of anything that is glossy, because I feel that that is the statement in the eyes, is enough. But I'm going to do a little bit of a lip cheek combo, and this is one of Priyanka Chopra's new lipsticks. I did the Flamingo Pink a couple of weeks ago, and this one is called Cafe Latte. And again, it's a beautiful, beautiful nude, which I'm going to put on my cheeks first. And it's got loads of hydrating properties in it, so it's going to sit nicely on my skin with this base. I'm going to turn this round and use this soft, fluffy side of the Sculpted by Amy brush, just to blend it just delicately into the skin. I'm not using my finger for this because I don't want to move too much the base. So by using a nice light fluffy brush, you get to move the colour pigment around. Let me run my hairline if that makes a difference too. Oh, nice. Sorry, I keep losing, I've got terrible jet lag. I keep losing my train of thought. Oh dear me, I'm not sure whether that's because of my age, but it really wasn't that huge amount of time, 5 hours, but yeah, sorry, my brain function is like functioning on 0. But at least my makeup's looking good, right? I hope you managed to understand what I mean by that. I didn't put this on with my fingers because I didn't want to disrupt the foundation. I want to keep the foundation in place because it looks perfect. I just wanted to add a little bit of warmth. And that can be quiet too. Sorry. Right, let's go in with a bit of lip liner and get this look completed. What I will do actually, before I do that, back and forth and forth and back. Back and forth. I'm not even sure if that's the right lyrics. I'm putting in my Miracle Blur from Trini, which I should have done before, so let's just blend that down because the foundation is a little lighter. Because the foundation is a little heavier than I'd normally wear, it was just bringing out those fine lines a bit more. So we're gonna push them back in, push those backstage. Yep, get those lines backstage and let's bring out a nice lip to finish this look. I feel like this is the longest film I've ever done. Sorry guys. That looks nice already, just like that. You could just use that with a little bit of balm on, but blend that line together, soften the edges. How nice is this? It's a great price point too, and it's slightly lighter than my lip liner, so it's kind of giving that nice kind of like sort of subtle ombre effect. Finally we got to the end, and this is my kind of like cool red eye makeup trend with a really beautiful product by Violette. It's got some really nice shades. There's a coppery shade, there's a goldy shade. They're called U paints. Anyway, if you're ordering from the US, it did take quite a long time to get here. I'd say about 3 to 4 weeks, but that might just be because the Royal Mail over here in the UK is literally on its knees. Anyway, that's really boring life stuff. Let's not talk about that. I hope you enjoyed the makeup and the beauty info and chat, and look forward to reading your comments below. Any questions, I'll do my very best to answer them. Bye for now, have a great week.